Konbanwa, minasan. We are back for another episode of live Clow card reading. And we actually got another song completed today and sent back to me from the producer for the new album of Point to Prove. Koi Shiteru is finally done. I was listening to that earlier. It's definitely bumping. This new album, I'm very excited, especially because I'm going to be singing a lot of Japanese pop for the first time. So, very excited to make this record, and I know it's probably going to be one of the best albums I've made, not only in a long time, but might even be the best one yet of all my albums. So, I'm very excited about it. Definitely bridging out into new territory with this one. So, we will start off with a general reading for myself. If anybody else would like a fortune told, all you have to do is comment gender, zodiac sign, and if you would like general future, romance, or career. Just so that these are completely random. I always like to do different techniques to shuffle them. That way, it's always guaranteed that it's going to be different than last. All right. Oh, great Clow cards of Kuro Rido. Using the power of the sun, the moon, and the stars, reveal to me what message you have to reveal to me from the infinite intelligence of universal consciousness. Release. The storm, the mirror, the dream, the time, and the erase. Okay. So, from these cards, we can gather we have the storm card, which it feels like I have been going through an emotional storm lately. I can relate. The mirror card, the dream card, the time, and the erase. So, the combination of these cards tells me okay, the storm has been going on. It could be a psychological storm. It could be the weather, which lately it's kind of been bleak and dark and gloomy. It actually has. It's been a storm on the inner world as well as the outer world. It's been dark, gloomy, cloudy, rainy a lot. So very stormy weather, almost like the movie the jazz composition was based upon. Stormy weather. So the storm is going on. But the mirror is indicating that, and oddly enough, this goes with what I said, that it's a reflection of what's on the outside is being projected from the inside. And lately I've noticed that I've been feeling a bit under the weather. I've been going through some emotional struggles with people like I either liked or wanted to be friends with that, it just didn't pan out the way I would have ideally wanted it to. The dream is indicating that I've been getting a lot of mysterious omens in dreams. And I feel like that's true. Like lately, in fact, for the past couple nights in a row, I've gotten very strange dreams. Now, not premonitions. I've had premonitions in the past, but these dreams I could tell were very symbolic. They were indicating things I have yet to decipher as far as messages for me to learn. Oh, just to answer your question quickly, it is available on all platforms because I distribute through TuneCore. So all my albums are available on iTunes, Apple Music, all of them. You just have to type in Super Kami Guru Alucard. Now there is a chance with the newer albums they might not appear on certain streaming sites as of yet, but that could be the delay with TuneCore processing them. But I do know that they all would be available on iTunes. That's usually the first one that finishes processing them the fastest. So they should all be available then to answer your question. I don't think that they wouldn't be available as of yet on certain platforms, but they all should be I'll put it this way. Depending on how far back we're talking, because I've been releasing albums almost every month this year, I would say the most recent ones might have a bit of a delay appearing on other streaming platforms, but I know that all the more older released ones, like I would say even as far back as Expressions of One's Heart, and even the S.O.S. Brigade Quartet albums, probably up to volume 3, should be available on everything else as of now. But because I do pay for them to distribute them on all platforms. So I'm honestly not sure, but like I said, it could be a delay with the processing, but I would keep checking and eventually they should show up, hopefully. But I do know they all are available on iTunes at least. Anyways, as I was saying, and no worries with that, I figure I might as well just answer your question before I forget. So, the idea of dreams, symbolism in the dreams, that's what I was discussing with the dream card. The time card is indicating that there is a time approaching, a very important time approaching. It could also be that it's the time for things to come to an end, it's the time for something new to begin. Many different things is what the time card could indicate. The fact that it's paired next to the dream card and the mirror and the storm, what I'm kind of getting the idea is that the storm is coming to an end. It's the time for that the mirror is actually beginning to show things. But it's almost like the old saying goes that it's darkest before dawn comes. That's sort of the vibe I'm picking up, that the time is nearing the end of its trial. Now, the erase means it's almost like it could say it's going both ways. Now, I could erase all my progress that I've basically accomplished and worked towards, or and turn back, or I could keep moving forward and just completely erase the past and let go of it, whether it's been successful or unsuccessful. I think a lot of them should be on Amazon, to be fair, to answer your question, Abs, up in here. I mean, I don't often check a lot of the streaming platforms to see if they're on there, but I actually have checked Amazon in the past. And I have seen like a lot of the digital copies released on Amazon. I know that Amazon has stopped doing physical distribution for a while now, a few years now. They actually told me, which I was kind of pissed off because I wanted a physical copy of some of my releases. They don't do physical releases anymore. But since you're bringing up Amazon, Amazon actually should have a lot of the different albums, because I saw even Parallel Reality Volume 2 is far up there on that already released. So I would definitely say Amazon's a good one to check out. Like I said, you'd either just type in Super Kami Guru Alucard, as the title of the channel suggests, or S.O.S. Brigade Quartet, depending on what albums you're looking for. But yeah, that concludes this reading. So the storm, the mirror, the dream, the time, and the erase. So the time of stormy weather is basically ending. The mirror is changing its reflection. The dreams are revealing the answers. And it's the time to either erase the past or erase the progress that I've made trying to move towards a different future. That's sort of like the fork in the road, the split of paths. Oh, good. I'm glad you got that one. I actually have a physical copy of that record, and apparently, I was actually able to get it before they discontinued physical releases. So it's like a one of a kind copy, which I'm the artist. I would hope that I have a copy of my own work. But yeah, no, I do know that that is still available as a digital copy. Same with Impulse, Mahjong Titan, Final Requiem. And I know, like I said, I did see Parallel Reality Volume 2 up on there. So you should be able to find most of the records at least up to that point. Hopefully, if you are missing some of the newest releases on there, they should appear hopefully within the next month or so. I mean, September is ending. I did release one this month, so it will give them time hopefully to catch up and put the rest of the releases out there. And of course, we have another one coming out in November, which is the S.O.S. Brigade Quartet's final fifth album. time for an exam, which will be very good. And that'll be the last release of the year, since I probably won't get a point to prove finished until next year while I'm saving up for my trip to Japan. Anyways, based on the first general fortunes reading, we will basically get more clarity and draw another 5 cards regarding the general future. Sorry to get off topic if anybody's interested in the reading, but just figured I'd answer these questions before we continue. But no rush, no worries. Anyways, oh great Clow cards reveal to me more clarity regarding the other 5 cards with the idea of the general future using the power of the sun, the moon, and the stars. There is the silent, the power, the earth, the change, and the sweet. Get my crystals so I can pick up on the energy a little more clearly. All right. So with the silent, basically the silent is indicating that this is a time of like calmness, quiet, stillness, peace, sort of. Like peace to the chaos, the turmoil, the hectic times. Apologize for the train outside my bedroom window. They always love to show up when I'm doing these live broadcasts. I really can't control it. If I could go Super Saiyan, I would pick the train off the tracks and chuck it into the mountain. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of power yet. Maybe one day I'll be able to do that with telekinesis or something, because that would just be great. Go Matilda on the train and just fling it into a mountain. Anyways, the second card we got is the power. So the power card is indicating that it's time to find the strengths to focus on those and really channel my inner energy, which is why the earthy card popped up. It's all about inner strength, finding peace among nature, among the world around me, and accepting it for what it is, being still, being quiet, sort of finding clarity in the chaos of the moment, but also looking within to find my own inner strength. The change indicates that there are some great changes occurring, that things are beginning to take shape and move towards the way I would want them to, in the right motion. And that is indicated more so by the sweet card as well. The sweet indicates that life is sweet. There's going to be, perhaps I'm going to get chocolates or rewards. Sweet things are going to come. Now, this could literally be sweet, or it could be, how people say, oh, life's sweet, or that's sweet, that's wonderful. So it could be not literal, but it also could be literal. I mean, Halloween is right around the corner, and if I was to put on a mask and walk around the neighborhood for a few blocks, I would have plenty of sweets. So that could be literal, not literal, it depends. But either way, that's actually a very good thing to get that card. Very interesting, actually, especially with Halloween popping up. So that's our general future. Of course, if anybody else would like their fortune told, all you have to do is comment gender, zodiac, and if you would like general future, romance, or career. Now we will do my romance reading and then my career, and then we will read a bit of Neville Goddard before we discuss the new song Koishi Teru a bit. And you will actually get to hear a little sneak preview live before it's released at the end of the show. So definitely stay tuned. Anyways, great Clow cards of Kurorido, using the power of the sun, the moon, and the stars, reveal to me what message you have regarding my romantic situation with either Hitomi or I. Release. The dark, the big, the sleep, the nothing, and the float. Well, this reading might be seen as confusing to the untrained, Clow card reader, but I actually understand that there's actually a very deep message among these cards. To get these particular cards all gathered at once actually spells out a very, very intricate message. Now, you have the dark card. The dark is indicating that it's, as I said, it's darkest before dawn. Like there's sort of that atmosphere of energy in the midst of this, which I've noticed even with the way a certain situation improved with this one friend of mine that I kind of liked from Japan named Otani-san today. The big is indicating that something big about this is beginning to happen and take shape, which it's interesting because Hitomi started a baseball team called Hitomi No Creeps. She actually got to play her first game. They won 4-0. In fact, it was awesome because she hit a home run. She ran to first base. And it's hilarious because, well, she hit it far enough that she made it to first base. But it's funny because she didn't even throw the bat on the ground. She actually ran with the bat. Then she gave it to like somebody else, like, oh, we'll give that back to them. Like she was so excited to hit the ball and to run her first game in the baseball like league that she actually forgot to throw the bat on the ground. It was very funny. And also I got to watch some of her live performances as her Sonic Wave tour with DJ Conbay came to an end. It was very exciting. And she's now got a mountain hut that she purchased, up where you got the foxes, you got the wild boars, you got all these things hiding out in the mountains, and she's now bought a wild hut. And some of the other VIP fans were worried, like, oh, he told me should really take care. Oddly enough, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, have you seen the music video for Angelus? He told me Chan could definitely take care of herself. She'll just whoop out those crazy superhuman martial arts and beat up that wild boar or fox god demon or whatever, and she'll be fine. So don't worry. She's tough. She can handle herself. Now, the sleep is indicating, especially with the dark and the big, it's indicating that this is a time of rest, that this is a time to really enjoy sleep, cherish it, make the most of it, and sort of recharge my batteries. I've been putting a lot of energy out there, working on a lot of things very intensely, and not to over push myself. I actually had a fever a few days ago, and I'm finally recovering. I'm a lot better now, but it was so bad. I was in bed most of the day. I really didn't feel good. So that's the idea that's telling me, is not to push too hard, to take time to really rest and treasure sleep and regain my strength. Now, just in case anybody else is interesting, the sleep, the big, and the nothing is our next card, which is indicating, especially because the nothing card is actually one of the most powerful of all the Clow cards. Clow Reed's reincarnation Ariel once said in the Sealed Card movie that the nothing card is actually as powerful as all the other Clow cards combined. So there is a great power. Now, some people would look at it as the negative card. However, for the nothing to pop up, it's actually a positive indication that we've almost reached like the tipping point, the balance, that it has to reach the worst possible state before the law of rhythm can swing it to the best. Like if it swings to the worst, well, then it's got to swing to the best after. So that's actually a very good sign. And the float card, that it's by faith and it's sort of by like trusting in myself and my own inner belief, I will rise above these challenges to reach like sort of the next level of my journey. Now is the time to persevere more than ever and to persist and to not give up. That's what that's saying regarding my romantic situation, which is good news. And I'm sure many of that would apply to Hitomi with all her crazy, wonderful adventures that she's going through. Of course, Chihara-chan is always doing well. She actually got to play baseball with her family the other day. She's really good at baseball too. I guess baseball really is a big thing in Japan, and I've seen some of the games over there, and they play like our baseball athletes on steroids. They kill it. They take it like when you're throwing that ball at the bat on the plate, it's like a duel between the pitcher and the batter. It's intense. I see their games. Their games are like 4-0, 8-9, like 5-6, like intense games. I'm like, here, I've seen baseball games, it's like 1-0 the whole game, or like 2-1 at most. It's like such a huge difference in how serious they take baseball over there. It's wonderful. Anyways, we will, to not kill any more time, we will do our career reading, and then we'll read a bit of Neville Goddard if there's nobody else who would like their fortune told. We will then discuss Koishiteru and give a little preview. So, oh great Clow cards, reveal to me the message regarding my career that you wish for me to see using the power of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Release. The freeze, the maze, the fight, the love, the fiery. Okay. So the freeze is indicating that for a while things have kind of been stagnant. There hasn't really been much progress, almost like waiting for things to fall out or sort of play themselves out into the best possible aspect or way of working themselves out. Now, the maze, hold on, I'll show you the freeze. Yeah, the freeze. Then the maze indicates that it's sort of been a journey, but this journey could go many different ways. So don't be focused on one path to get there. Focus on just getting to the exit within the maze, that there could be a better way to get to the end of the maze. That it is a journey, and just to persist towards the end of that journey and focus on the end result more than anything along the way. The fight is indicating that this is the time to really also put out my all when it comes to my career, like with the new ideas I've been coming up with for the album, like really work my hardest to make this the best album I possibly can. And I've really been trying to do that with the new developments regarding the new album. Now, the love card indicates like putting my heart into it, really giving it my all as far as like my emotional standpoint, and really pouring my heart into every song, which I've tried to do. Hence, my biggest single yet in music video, Boku mo Aishiteru Yo, now has over 3,400 views, and it's still going up. And it is the biggest, most viewed music video and song of all time. So already A Point to Prove has like skyrocketed in popularity compared to all my previous albums, which is kind of astounding in itself. And then we have the fiery card last, which indicates there's a lot of intense passion. Like it's the burning desire to not make a lot of money. That's not the desire itself, but to be successful and to make money doing what I love, making the music. That itself is where the passion is, the burning desire, the fiery passion that will inspire me to keep making the best music I can make and keep moving forward in this journey. So that's the message of the Clow cards for tonight. If anybody else would like their fortune told, I will do that after we discuss Koishiteru and read a bit of Neville Goddard. Now, we've been reading Freedom for All a little bit every day. So we will read chapter 3 tonight of Freedom for All, the Law of Creation, which is very short. It won't take too long. But every book that I've read of Neville Goddard's is really like just you absorb it like a sponge, and it's good to reread it because it feels like you'll always learn something more than the first time you read it. So here we go. Let us take one of the stories of the Bible and see how the prophets and writers of old revealed the story of creation by this strange Eastern symbolism. We all know the story of Noah and the ark, that Noah was chosen to create a new world after the world was destroyed by the flood. The Bible tells us that Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The first son is called Shem, which means name. Ham, the second son, means warm, alive. The third son is called Japheth, which means extension. You will observe that Noah and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, contain the same formula of creation, as does the divine name of Jod-He-Vav-He. Noah, the father, the conceiver, the builder of a new world, is equivalent to the Jod, or unconditioned consciousness, I am. Shem is your desire, that which you are conscious of, that which you name and define as your objective, and is equivalent to the second letter in the divine name He. Ham is the warm, live state of feeling, which joins or binds together consciousness, desiring, and the thing desired, and is therefore equivalent to the third letter in the divine name, the vow. The last son, Japheth, means extension, and is the extended or objectified state bearing witness of the subjective state, and is equivalent to the last letter in the divine name, He. You are Noah, the knower, the creator. The first thing you beget is an idea, an urge, a desire. the word or your first son, Shem, name in brackets. Your second son, Ham, brackets, warm alive, is the second feeling by which you are joined to your desire subjectively, so that you, the conscious desiring, become conscious of being or possessing the thing desired. Your third son, Japheth, is the confirmation, the visible proof that you know the secret of creation. He is the extended or objectified state bearing witness of the invisible or subjective state in which you abide. In the story of Noah, it is recorded that Ham saw the secrets of his father, and because of his discovery, he was made to serve his brothers, Shem and Japheth. Ham, or feeling, is the secret of the Father, your I am, for it is through feeling that the consciousness desiring is joined to the thing desired. The conscious union, or mystical marriage, is made possible only through feeling. It is feeling which performs this heavenly union of Father and Son, Noah and Shem, unconditioned consciousness and conditioned consciousness. By performing this service, feeling automatically serves Japheth, the extended or express state, for there can be no objectified expression unless there is first a subjective impression. To feel the presence of the thing desired, to subjectively actualize a state by impressing upon yourself through feeling a definite conscious state, is the secret of creation. Your present objectified world is Japheth, which was made visible by Ham. Therefore, Ham serves his brothers, Shem and Japheth. For without feeling, which is symbolized as Ham, the idea or thing desired, Shem, could not be made visible as Japheth. The ability to feel the unseen, the ability to actualize and make real a definite subjective state through the sense of feeling, is the secret of creation, the secret by which the word or unseen desire is made visible, is made flesh. And God calleth things that be not as though they were. Consciousness calls things that are not seen as though they were. And it does this by first defining itself as that which it desires to express, and second, by remaining within the defined state until the visible becomes visible. Here is the perfect working of the law according to the story of Noah. This very moment you are aware of being. This awareness of being, this knowing that you are, is Noah the creator. Now, with Noah's identity established as your own consciousness of being, name something that you would like to possess or express. Define some objective, Shem in brackets. And with your desire clearly defined, close your eyes and feel that you have it or are expressing it. Don't question how it can be done. Simply feel that you have it. Assume the attitude of mind that would be yours if you were already in possession of it, so that you feel that it is done. Feeling is the secret of creation. Be as wise as Ham and make this discovery, that you too may have the joy of serving your brothers, Shem and Japheth, the joy of making the word or name flesh. So that concludes our reading. Now, as promised, Koishiteru is a song that I made dedicated to two of my newest Japanese friends, Yoshida-san to Otani-san, and it's a very nice song because Koishiteru translates to in love, and it's sort of expanding on the idea that love could be romantic, love could be like a loving friendship, it could be love for a family, it could even be love for the music. So in the feeling of love is when the true beauty objectifies itself and reveals its, like, kind, wonderful, infinite nature. And that's really what the song boils down to as far as what it's about. Now, I will play a little preview just for everybody watching in case you're interested in hearing how it sounds. Hopefully, everybody will enjoy it, and hopefully it will actually show up in the broadcast. If somebody was still watching right now, I would ask you just to confirm if you actually hear it once I start playing it, because I would be playing it off the computer. So I just want to make sure that it wouldn't interfere with the broadcast, that it actually would be made like audible um if I play it off the computer while we're doing this broadcast. So just waiting for it to load. But once it starts loading, I'll let you know. And then, like I said, please just tell me in the comments, if anybody is watching, if it is audible. Hold on, it's almost done loading, and I will tell you when it starts playing. Okay, it's playing now.
Hopefully it's working and it's audible. 大丈夫大丈夫恋してる祈るよろしく恋してる感謝は大事あなたも可愛い美しい女神人生素晴らしい僕の気持ち
And that's going to be all for the preview. Don't want to spoil the rest. When the album is released, then everybody else can hear the rest. But that's just a little preview, just to let the audience and the fans know what's coming. Hopefully, it was audible. And since nobody else is asking for their fortune told, I think that is a good place to conclude our broadcast tonight. So, domo arigato gozaimasu, minasan. Thank you for watching. Super Kami Guru Alucard. Peace out. おやすみなさい。またね。